we'll start with the next topic, that is biliary atresia. So now we'll see what is this biliary atresia. So biliary atresia, it is the disease which usually affects, it is a rare disease of liver and bile duct. It is a rare disease of liver and bile duct. So this is commonly seen in infants. Okay, commonly seen in infants. So biliary atresia, it is a rare disease of liver and bile duct, and it is commonly seen in infants. Okay, it is commonly seen in infants. Okay, so normally this is usually the rare disease of liver and bile duct, and this is commonly seen in infants. So normally what is, and the disease, but the symptoms of the disease, okay, but the symptoms of the disease usually appears 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. Okay, the symptoms usually occurs 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So what is this biliary atresia? Biliary atresia, it is usually the disease or rare disease of liver and bile duct, and it usually commonly occurs in infant. Okay, it is commonly seen in infant, but the symptoms of the disease, okay, the symptoms of the disease usually appears 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. Okay, 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So what is happening is that, so normally this bile liquid is produced by the liver. Okay, normally this bile liquid is produced in the liver. So what is the function of the bile then? It usually digests the fat, and it usually removes the waste products from the intestine for excretion. So that is usually what happens. Normally bile liquid, it has been produced in the liver, and what is the function of the bile then? So this liquid bile usually digests fat and also carries the waste product from the intestine to excretion, okay, for excretion. So but in case if the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, okay, the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, it blocks the flow of bile from liver to gallbladder. Okay, so that is, it blocks the flow of bile from liver to gallbladder. So what is happening is that in case if the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, okay, the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, it usually blocks, there will be obstruction, or it stops the flow of bile from liver to the gallbladder. Okay, from liver to the gallbladder. So now what is happening? The bile, it has been present, it remains in the liver itself. The bile usually remains in the liver itself, and it causes damage to the liver. Okay, it causes damage to the liver because bile is not coming out, and there is excessive production of bile, so which usually makes the liver damaged. Okay, it makes the liver damaged, or there will be cirrhosis of liver, and eventually it might lead to liver failure. Okay, eventually it might lead to liver failure. So that is usually about this thing. So that is mainly biliary atresia. It is the rare disease of liver and bile duct, which is commonly seen in infants. Which is commonly seen in infants, but the symptoms usually what happens is that it usually appears 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. Okay, 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So what is happening? This liquid bile, it has been produced in the liver. So then what is the function of the bile? So bile usually digests the fat, as well as it carries the waste products from the intestine for excretion. In case if the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, in case if the baby is suffering from biliary atresia, it blocks the flow of bile liquid from liver to gallbladder, and in turn what is happening, the bile gets remains in the liver itself, causing liver damage. Eventually there will be liver failure, as well as cirrhosis will start developing. So that is usually about this biliary atresia. So next we'll see what are the causes for this biliary atresia. So main causes for this biliary atresia, it can be if bile duct, it is not been formed properly during pregnancy. Okay, if the bile duct, it is not formed properly in during the pregnancy. In some cases you can see that if the bile duct, it has not been formed properly during pregnancy, and in some cases it might be if there is absence of intrahepatic ducts. Okay, in some cases there will be absence of intrahepatic duct. Gallbladder also will be absent, as well as the so that is usually about. So in few cases you can see that the bile duct will not be formed properly during pregnancy, and in few cases you can see that there will be absence of intrahepatic duct as well as gallbladder, and in few cases biliary atresia will be developed due to body's immune system. Okay, the bile duct damaged by the body immune system. Okay, when the bile duct has been damaged by body's immune system in response to viral infection, and this occurs after the birth. Okay, it usually occurs after the birth. So that is usually what happens. The causes might be, in few cases it might be due to like bile duct, it is not formed properly during pregnancy, and in few cases it can be due to like absence of intrahepatic duct or gallbladder, and in few cases it can be the bile duct has been damaged by body's immune system after an attack by viral infection, that is after the birth. Okay, it usually occurs after the birth. So this is usually the causes of this biliary atresia due to the improper development of bile duct, due to the absence of intrahepatic duct and gallbladder, and due to the bile duct damage by the body's immune system due to any viral infection. So that is usually causes of this biliary atresia. So next is symptoms. So normally babies with this biliary atresia, okay, babies with this biliary atresia will be born healthy, okay, they will be born healthy. I have told in the definition only, it usually appears, symptoms starts appearing only after 2 to 8 weeks, okay, symptoms start developing only after 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So normally what is happening? So here, by the babies who are born with biliary atresia will be healthy, okay, as soon as they are born they will be healthy. So in the beginning of the definition only I have told you that symptoms usually occurs 2 to 8 weeks after the birth, okay, 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So that is symptoms. After that, what are the symptoms that they develop? It might be like they will be developing jaundice, they might develop dark urine. So that is usually about, and also they will be having alcoholic stools, okay, they will be having alcoholic stools, weight loss, irritability, enlarged spleen, and as well as portal hypertension. So these are the symptoms usually they develop. So in case of the symptoms that usually includes, it is mainly jaundice, okay, the symptoms that usually they include, it is jaundice. So jaundice, it is nothing but yellowish coloration of the skin and eyes, and this jaundice usually occurs due to high level of bilirubin in the bloodstream, okay, it usually occurs due to high level of bilirubin in the bloodstream. So this usually develops 2 to 3 weeks after the birth, okay, it usually develops 2 to 3 weeks after the birth. So jaundice, it is nothing but yellowish discoloration of the skin that usually occurs due to increased bilirubin level in the bloodstream, and this jaundice develops 2 to 3 weeks after the birth. So next is dark urine. So dark urine is usually caused due to due to excessive bilirubin level, okay, due to the excessive bilirubin level. So that is usually what happens, the bilirubin pass through urine, okay, the bilirubin pass through urine and makes the urine dark, okay, it is mainly due to the excessive buildup of this bilirubin, okay, excessive buildup of this bilirubin, and this bilirubin usually passes into the urine and makes the urine dark, okay, and makes the urine dark. So next is alcoholic stool or clay colored stool, okay, alcoholic stool or clay colored stool. So because as bile, it has not been emptied in the intestine, okay, the bile is not completely emptied in the intestine, and due to this the abdomen may become swollen as well as liver will be enlarged, okay. So as the bile will not be completely emptied into the intestine, okay, the bile will not be completely emptied in the intestine becomes enlarged or distended, as well as the liver becomes enlarged. So that is that they become irritable, the children become irritability, and also the weight loss will be there. So that is usually develops, okay, this irritability and weight loss will be developed when the jaundice develops, okay, when the jaundice develops. So that is usually there. Spleen gets enlarged, okay, so enlarged spleen, okay, spleen gets enlarged due to the destruction of hemoglobin, okay, spleen gets enlarged due to the destruction of hemoglobin, okay, so that is usually there. Next is usually portal hypertension develops, okay, portal hypertension develops. In few cases bleeding also occurs, as well as esophageal varices also develops, okay, esophageal varices also develops, as well as spleen gets enlarged. These are usually the symptoms that is usually seen in case of biliary atresia. So what are the symptoms that usually they develop? So normally they usually seen is that symptoms, babies with biliary atresia will be born healthy, but the symptoms usually develop only when 2 to 8 weeks of their life, or it might develop. So that is usually about this thing, 2 to 8 weeks. So that is usually, so what are the symptoms that is usually seen? Like jaundice will be there, dark urine, alcoholic stools, irritability, weight loss, portal hypertension, esophageal varices, bleeding, as well as enlarged spleen. So these are the symptoms that is usually seen in case of biliary atresia. So next is diagnostic evaluation. So diagnostic evaluation, so mainly we have to go with physical examination, where we'll be checking about the discoloration of the skin, okay, that is yellow discoloration of the skin, because the babies with biliary atresia may develop jaundice. So therefore we have to check with this physical examination. Then blood test will be done, like liver function test will be done. Then x-ray of the abdomen to check for enlarged liver and spleen, okay, x-ray of the abdomen to check for enlarged spleen and liver. Then abdominal ultrasound should be done to find out the gallbladder, or whether the gallbladder is present or not. So in that we have to go with abdominal ultrasound. Then we have to go with liver biopsy, okay, then we have to go with liver biopsy. So these are usually the diagnostic tests that we go. It is mainly by physical examination to check out the presence of yellowish discoloration, and then we have to go with blood test, liver function test. Then we'll go with abdominal ultrasound to check out the presence of gallbladder is present or not. Then we go with abdominal X-ray to check for the enlarged liver and spleen. Then liver biopsy will be done. So this is usually about the diagnostic findings that usually we go with. So next is management. So management, biliary atresia cannot be treated with any of the medications. Okay, biliary atresia cannot be treated with any of the medications. We have to just go with a surgical procedure, that is, which is known as Kasai procedure or hepatoportoenterostomy. Okay, it is usually known as Kasai procedure or hepatoportoenterostomy. It is to be done. So what is they do is that they just Kasai procedure is an operation where they re-establish bile flow from the intestine, liver into the intestine. Okay, they just re-establish the bile flow from the liver to the intestine. Okay, they just re-establish the bile flow from the liver to the intestine. So that is usually about this thing. This is not complete cure for biliary atresia. Okay, this procedure is not complete cure for biliary atresia, but it usually allows the bile to come out of the liver. Okay, just allows the bile to come out of the liver to the intestine, and then it is usually and it makes the baby to grow healthy. Okay, it makes the baby to grow healthy. Then if if Kasai procedure fails, if the Kasai procedure fails, then we have to go with transplantation. Okay, then we have to go with transplantation to correct the problem. Okay, then we have to go with transplantation to correct the problem. So management, there is no proper medication is not there, it is not cured by medication. Thus we go with the surgical procedure, that is Kasai operation or hepatoportoenterostomy is done. So in this Kasai procedure, we just re-establish the bile flow from liver to the intestine. So in this mainly it's not a complete cure for this biliary atresia, but it makes the baby to grow healthy. Okay, it makes the baby to grow healthy for years. And if it fails, okay, if Kasai procedure fails, then we have to go with transplantation. So this is about this biliary atresia. So biliary atresia is nothing but a rare disease of liver and bile duct, and this is commonly seen in infants. Its symptoms usually occurs 2 to 8 weeks after the birth. So in case if baby is suffering from biliary atresia, it blocks the flow of bile from liver to gallbladder, and the bile will be remained in the liver, causing liver damage, and the liver function will be also damaged. So that is usually there. And next is usually causes. It is different causes for different children. Like in case of baby, in few cases it might be due to the improper formation of bile duct, and in case of absence of intrahepatic duct or gallbladder, and in few cases it can be due to any this case it can be due to this one autoimmune, like liver bile duct, it has been damaged by body's immune cells. So that is usually there. Symptoms you have seen, like I have told you, jaundice, dark urine, alcoholic stools. Then it can be due irritability will be there, and also weight loss will be there, portal hypertension develops, esophageal varices will be developing, bleeding will be there. So diagnostic, we go with liver function test, blood test will be done, X-ray will be done, ultrasound will be examined, liver biopsy will be done. Management, there is no medication, but just we go with Kasai procedure where they re-establish the bile flow to the from liver to intestine. If it fails, then we have to go with transplantation.